Back in Greeneville, Tennessee now, out here drinking some eggnog. Love when this is in season. And this is about as close to Christmassy content as I want to get before the end of Thanksgiving. I'm a true believer in don't start celebrating Christmas until Thanksgiving is over. Finish one candy bar before you unwrap the next one. Anyway, before this video gets underway, I need to go ahead and say that this channel and this video is intended for general audiences of all ages, definitely not intended only for children 13 and younger. I'm sorry I have to put that disclaimer at the beginning of all my videos now. And now onward to ISCA, the aftermath. Thankfully enough, the 8-hour-plus drive through the dark and rain to make it from Memphis back here to Greeneville was uneventful. Then I've had a couple of nights to kind of hibernate and sleep in and recover. And so now here we are. And after taking a breath and really reflecting on my experience and what I learned from ISCA 2019, and that stands for the International Society of Caricature Artists, for those that are new here. It's a competition/convention held in a different place every year. And it was very, very humbling. It was a kind of painful experience, but at the same time, it was like pain as in growing pains. Just really putting me in my place and letting me know just how much I need to improve and focus more on my art and becoming more a more evolved and better artist. And I always kind of figured that if you put your top tier artist up here at number 10, your Joe Blooms, your Tom Ferracci's, your Tony Sabotas, and then you put your first year trainee down here at number 1, that I would reach at least a number 5. But after those 4 days of being in that room and having all these artists drawing and working around me, I feel more like a number 2 at the most. And I know some of you out there are going to say, Ashley, your stuff looks good to me. I think you're really good. I appreciate it when you guys tell me this, but as an artist, you don't compare yourself to your average Joe that works at a warehouse. You compare yourself to another artist. And on that scale, I am incredibly lacking. And it was a struggle in that room, a real fight, because at the same time that I wanted to take advantage of all the good examples and the learning opportunities around me, I was also afraid to draw because the other artists walk around and look at each other's artwork. And I didn't want those top-tier artists that I respect to come by and see me drawing, doing my rough sketches and my preliminaries and even my finished work. Just did not feel... It was embarrassing. It was to the point where I was actually embarrassed to draw. And it was hard for me to even put my finished pieces up on the wall because I didn't want people to see them. I didn't want these other artists that were so much better than me to come by and see them. So I fought through it. I got some drawings done anyway, and I got my wall filled up with some artwork that I'm probably just going to throw away. And it was a necessary pain to go through as part of a learning and a growing process to try to motivate me to try to reach that next level. And we had a bunch of other artists drawing each other. That was pretty much all we did, and 3 artists drew me. So we've got this one. This was by Mike Kellen. Mike Kellen has got me looking very outdoorsy and mining a golden nosy out of the rock here. So even got my compression sleeves and everything. Well done drawing. But what was interesting to me is that the other 2 drawings are against a setting sun. And so I don't know if they intuited that or if that's a sign of some kind that the end of this year, and possibly the end of my YouTube channel, and then all of the humbling experiences at ISCA is kind of the end of a chapter for me. And you could call it a rebirth. Let's hope that's what it is. But it's definitely feels like right now I'm at the end of something. I'm at the end of either YouTube or being brought back down to earth and realizing that I'm not a very good artist and that I need to focus more on the art and doing art content than so much travel. And from what I've been hearing from you guys in the live streams, y'all would like to see more art content as well. So that's definitely something I'm going to have to concentrate more on going into the future, if there is a future for this channel. So there's that. Also, I know that some of you are going to say, did you go to Graceland? I was right there next to it. Did you go and tour Graceland? Well, yes, I did. Elvis's home, his mansion that he lived at when he was not on tour, open to the public. I did take the tour of Graceland. And here is how that went.
Pretty.
He was only 22 years old at the time. I was already a citizen. For the rules, there's no any drink to smoke anywhere on the ground. Water is fine. No audio or video recording.
As it turns out, we are not allowed to take any video inside Graceland. The vlogger's worst nightmare, to pay, in this case, $47 for a tour, only to find out you can't do any narration or video inside. It's kind of disappointing, but you are allowed to take pictures. Going back to the truck now, final thoughts. Well, first off, I really like how they have it organized, and having the tablet with you, that little tablet that with the headphones, really gives you all the information you could ever want about everything that you're seeing. It guides you from room to room, and even the places that are roped off that you can't really get to, you've got a 360 tour right there on the tablet that you can see them. So that part was fantastic. Now, as far as if you are not an actual Elvis fan, is it worth it to come out here? The cheapest tour was $47 and all the way up to over 100, 115 I think, for the Elvis experience. Is it worth even the base price if you're not an Elvis fan? And that answer is a big no. No, absolutely not. I actually regret taking this tour and spending this money. It was not worth it. I didn't like that you weren't able to take any video, and I asked a couple of people, the staff, why they had put that policy in place that you can't take any video, and just asking that question, they got really nasty attitudes with me just for asking the question. So the staff here are not, they do not seem like they like their job. They do not seem friendly. Oh yeah, by the way, the parking itself is another $10. And so the cheapest ticket being $47.50 I'm out $57.50 for an experience I didn't really even care for. Alright, also, I apologize, but I did not go around and see all the music history and studios and recording studios and stuff around Memphis. Please understand that I am not a music enthusiast. When I'm driving around and I need something to listen to, it's typically like a podcast or a audiobook. I'm more into stories and spoken word and music. I don't have a Spotify account. I don't have a Pandora or even an iTunes account. I'll buy a CD every once in a while, might listen to it 1 or 2 times, but when it comes to music Hall of Fames and studios and music history and things like Graceland, please don't expect me to get excited about that kind of stuff. It's just not my thing. And I know I apologize ahead of time for some of you guys that were expecting to see some of that stuff while I was in Memphis, but I really just wanted to get home. I was very tired and I just wanted to go home, so didn't do any of that. So that's going to be pretty much it for the ISCA, the Aftermath. If I would make any notes to somebody that is coming in and wanting to compete in ISCA for the first time, if that's the reason why you found this video and you have those questions, what should I expect, what should I do? Number one, I'm going to say bring plenty of different kinds of artwork. Chalk pastels, colored pencils, acrylics, watercolors, because you can learn a lot from the other artists and you'll want the different types of artwork to work with. Also, don't go to every one of the seminars because it will make it where you don't have enough time to really work on your artwork. And if you do go into the seminars, bring a drawing board with you because a lot of those will last almost 2 hours. And that's taking away from your studio time, getting your competition pieces done. And so you can be doing your rough drafts while you're listening to the seminars, so do that. And also, when you're getting rough ideas of somebody's likeness, if they're in the room with you, ask them if you can sit next to them and draw them instead of trying to draw from a picture. But if you do want to draw from a picture, the best way to do it is to get a tablet and take a couple of pictures from different angles and different expressions. That way you've got a nice big bright screen that is easy to work from indoors. And so do as much of your picture work from a tablet as you can. Also, come expecting and trying to learn and improve more than trying to win prizes. Because you can put in tons of work and feel like I thought Tony Smith was definitely going to win the Golden Nosy, but I think he got like 9th place when they were announcing Caricaturist of the Year. And I really felt like he deserved more. I mean, that guy did, what he made was inhuman. And he ended up getting 9th place. So there's really no accounting for, well, there's not much accounting for why people vote and why they do and who you're going to please and who you're not. So instead of focusing on trying to win prizes, focus more on trying to learn and take advantage of the experience to try to grow. So that's it. That's all I'm going to say about ISCA 2019. I'm sorry I seem a little down, I know, guys. I'm really kind of reeling, and I am a little taken aback and humbled by my experience in ISCA this year. But the show must go on. Next up, we've got to get out to Shadrack's, the Smoky Stadium in Sevierville, and get the booth ready out there. Going to be working out there for a few months, and you guys are welcome to come along and join me. Going to be lots of drawings, lots of people to meet, lots of new experiences to have. So I look forward to seeing you in the next one.